Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. Well, happy Sunday. I just realized that tomorrow's going to be the anniversary of when the Juno spacecraft passed by the Earth on October 9th, 2013, on its way to Jupiter. And 10 years now, 10 years that since the last time Juno was anywhere near the Earth. Unfortunately, in the 10 years since then, American culture has really deteriorated, and I really want to check out the United States. Last night, I was talking to a friend from Ukraine, and after I related to her some things that had happened where I live in a hostel in South Phoenix. I teach at Phoenix College. Some things that happened at work. I came to realize that this is an American phenomenon that I'm dealing with. So, what am I dealing with? Well, I live with 4 or 5 other roommates, and the reason I moved here is to try to network with more people, to get my art out there, to hopefully meet the right life partner and all that. And when I moved here, unfortunately, I quickly realized that everybody seems to be closed off. It's like this invisible wall that people put around themselves. They just want to slither away to their bed, and and also, I quickly realized how materialistic some of these people are. When I got to the room, the first thing I noticed was a huge mountain of clothes. I got into a little bit of a argument with another roommate one time. I was living in another hostel in Seattle, and my roommate had piled clothes everywhere. And I tried to get him to clean it up, and I sometimes I try to be the bigger person a little bit too much until it gets the better of me. So the first couple of times I saw it, you got to understand some people's clothes have laundry detergent that I don't want to touch. I have sensitive skin. So I put on latex gloves and I folded his clothes for him. And instead of appreciating it, he started to take advantage of it, and he left stuff everywhere because he knew that I couldn't stand it and I would put it away. Finally, one day, I got so fed up with him, and we got into a little bit of a shouting match. And I went to the laundry room and grabbed a bottle of bleach, and I threatened to pour bleach all over his clothes. And I couldn't take it anymore. I checked out of the place after the bleach incident. I didn't pour the bleach, but I grabbed the bottle to kind of move him a little bit. And then I come here and I see that story all over again. I'm a little bit bigger now that I probably wouldn't threaten the bleach stuff again. It wasn't even chlorinated bleach. It was, you guys have seen the chlorine free bleach, but I wanted to scare him, and it wouldn't have damaged his clothes. I should have poured it because it wouldn't have damaged his clothes, but I thought better of it. Anyway, and then I move here, and nobody wants to talk. They just want to slither away into their into the into their bed in the hostel, and I couldn't get anything going. Today we got 2 more roommates checking in. Now at Phoenix College, a lot of times when people don't, my colleagues and I, we don't seem to operate in the same direction, and as a result, it's difficult to help each other, right? So, for example, I'm talking about next week. There's a solar eclipse. I so much would want to take that day off, and I'm sure my colleagues have other events that they want me to fill in for, right? In an ideal world, this should be a sit down and make everything work, right? But unfortunately, good luck getting my colleagues to sit down and chat, right? A fireside chat, if you will. And also, I'm trying. It's not bothering me as much anymore. But when I first started working at Phoenix College, I really wanted to reduce my exposure to seeing other people eat, because you know how Americans eat. They take a burger like this and they go, and I'm really trying to reduce my exposure to that because I have a bad habit myself. And in an ideal world, we could actually talk about it, right? Instead of me having to hide every time somebody eats, hey, I'm recovering from anorexia myself. Maybe we could make this work so that, could we agree not to eat in the computer lab, right? Something to that effect, right? It does not work very well. Sometimes I'll be sitting in the student union. I used to intervene when I would see extreme, not every day, but when I saw some really extreme eating, I would sometimes intervene, especially if it's a student, right? Because students listen to their professors. I'm like, gee, there's no rush. The food will be here tomorrow. We live in one of the wealthiest places on earth. Mind your own business. Fuck you, right? I would get students who do that. I try to be the bigger person and just try to absorb that. The only reason I'm intervening is so that I can tell myself not to do that, right? And the other thing that I would intervene about is if I saw students harassing their friends who are single, like laughing about how they haven't found the right person. I sometimes will intervene there too, and people will get very defensive about that, right? This kind of behavior would never happen in Ukraine, right? People are a lot more open-minded there. Over in Ukraine, I guarantee nobody has ever threatened to destroy somebody's clothes, right? They would come to a solution long before any of that happened, right? Anyway, that's why I need to get out of the country as soon as. Not to mention in Ukraine, nobody has the privilege of taking a big bite out of their burger. That's like half their paycheck in one bite, right? And they actually appreciate that they have something to eat. And nobody starves to death over there. They just eat normally, right? This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Please support the video by disliking. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.